Hi guys. So why is it so important to spend some time in nature? Um, I think this is very important, especially for people who are into yoga and want to grow, but actually very much for anyone in life. And why this is, I want to talk a little bit about it. So I think most of us in today's world, we are living quite busy lives, and whether you're a student or you have a job or you are like an entrepreneur, you are like self-employed, whichever way it is, um, we tend to be living these very busy lives where you're so much into work, and most of the work today is very brain heavy, so we have to think a lot and we are stuck in our brains. And if you do this for an extended period, let's say 5 days in a row, then you will feel that almost like you're out of touch with life to some extent. And then if one day in between suddenly you spend time in nature, then you will feel like at the beginning it feels almost like a little weird suddenly to step into nature, because it's so different from what you kind of got used to. And if you do this, let's say, I mentioned this because the last couple of weeks I kind of, just worked on the weekends. And then I didn't feel like, obviously, that I was fully rested after the weekend, because you never got that full rest. And one thing which you'll notice is that your productivity will come down actually over some time, because you just can't keep the machine on, always running, without paying some price for it. And you will notice that definitely your creativity will come down a lot if you do not. Maybe I should take off these glasses, but the sun is really heavy. So you will notice that your creativity will come down a lot. But also, I feel a big difference for my yoga practice, for my meditation practice, when I am in touch with nature and when I'm not. So I would encourage all of you to try this out and just think about ways you can integrate this into your day-to-day life. That ideally every day you can spend a little time in nature, and if it's just for a walk in the evening, where there are some forests around you, maybe some birds and animals that you can listen to. So, just to pull yourself back into reality, because otherwise your brain is just going to think that what you do in your like every day at work, that's reality, but it's not. Being in nature is much closer to reality, I feel, than all the brain heavy work we tend to do. So to step back and forth between the two worlds, if you can call it worlds, they are obviously one and the same, but into these different aspects, then it's important to keep that balance, especially not only when you are like trying to evolve spiritually, but I think especially then. But for anyone who wants to maintain a certain level of creativity and also just life energy, it's so helpful. So just, I think what helps me to do it is that I actually consider it as an investment. Every time spent in this kind of leisure, where you refuel your energy and creativity and so forth, it's not like time wasted. I think that's the problem oftentimes, that we look at it as like wasted time. You can't take off because you have to do that and that. But it's like when you have a machine, when you have a car, and you don't you know, give it proper maintenance, then it's just going to break at some point, and it's not going to run as efficiently as it would have if you keep it properly maintained. So consider this time as an investment that you deliberately take so that you can run more efficiently, that you can have full energy, and that you can grow spiritually as well, because you will notice your practices will be impacted by that. And apart from that, some other thing I try to do as much as possible, and I encourage you to do it, just try to step out of your comfort zone as often as you can. Do things that you haven't done before, try new things. They don't have to have a certain purpose. The only purpose that they can serve is that you do something new and you step out of your comfort zone. I will talk a little bit more in another video, but every day you can look and try to come up with new ways you can do this. This could be very small things, it could be big things, like you just try out a new restaurant, try out a new shop, take a different route in your car, in your bike, speak to people you haven't spoken to before, just visit new places. Maybe just yesterday I went and took like a dancing class, souk, a dance which I've never tried before. And I don't know if I'm gonna continue it, but I tried it and I met new people, and it's just, enriching your lives in many ways. Today I went to a couple of different places around the lake here, and it also is another way to grow, really. Right now I'm sitting here, I'm taking this video. It makes me feel uncomfortable a little bit because people are walking by looking at me. What is this guy doing? But I know this is something I need to do. I know this is something I need to be more comfortable at so that I can, communicate with you guys as much as often. So I just do it. And it feels uncomfortable, but ultimately this feeling of uncomfortable just shows me it's like exactly what I need to do, because you can either be in your comfort zone or outside, and the more you're outside, the more you grow. I spoke about this actually in my last 2 videos already, so I keep it short here. So guys, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know how or if you want to try this out, or maybe you already do this. Then just let me know how it's like for you in your experience, stepping out of your comfort zone and also like spending time in nature, how important it is to you, or if you haven't done it, like if you're gonna do it. Let me know your ideas. Just leave a comment. Make sure you hit the like button also, and subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to publish a new video every week. Bye guys.